Hey, welcome back. This is our July ministry field report, and I'm sitting here with someone that I know personally and is a dear friend of mine. This is Rich Sevilla.
Hey guys.
I think if you're, it's really Rich Sevilla.
Sevilla, yeah, if you really want to class it up.
If you really want to class it up. So Rich Sevilla, he is our recruitment and care
coordination specialist. Yeah, it's a mouthful for sure, but it just means basically that I'm trying to talk in the community about foster care, and especially teens, foster families for teens and foster families for siblings. And then once we have that conversation, we want to just inform people about the need and then care for them after the fact.
Yeah, so we have a special relationship with Rich. When my wife and I were entering into the foster care process back in 2017, my brothers and sisters were also being licensed as foster parents. Rich was actually our care coordinator at one point in time, so we've got a special place in our heart for him. But he not only works in foster care, but you guys have fostered and adopted yourself, even a teenager. So let's talk about the specifics of kind of the state of South Carolina right now. What is going on? How have things changed? And why this push for foster parents for teens?
Yeah, great question. So, I think as I try to talk to people about this, one thing I'll say is like, hey, if you rewind 10, 20 years, the message in the church was, hey, we need to start stepping into this foster care space. Yeah. And I think people really responded. The church responded, and people really have. And I think you're, I guess we're a perfect example of that, just a part of that. So I think now we need to be informing people that, hey, we might have missed something here, that we need homes for teens and we need homes for sibling groups. And these two groups have actually gone kind of under the radar. They've gone missed. From the federal government on down, for a while, there's been this kind of momentum in foster care to try to move those two groups out of group care or group home settings, congregate care is another fancy word for it, into foster homes, which is so much better for them. The rub is we don't have enough foster homes.
Right.
And so that's kind of the whole thing.
So we were talking before we started shooting, 31% of children, and they're really not children, but 31% of children in foster care in the state of South Carolina right now, or in DSS custody anyway, are 13 to 17-year-olds?
That's right. Yeah, I think it's about 1,300 of them statewide. Yeah.
So the church, though, what are we asking the church? A lot of times when we do these ministry field reports, we just want to steward well. We want to come to you and say, hey, look what God is doing across the ministry. Look what amazing things that the Lord is doing in the lives of guests and those that we care for. This one's a little bit different because there is a need. And there's always a need here at Miracle Hill, but we're asking specifically for these foster parents for teens. We're asking you to prayerfully consider, if you know someone who is looking to foster or even has the slightest inclination, we want you to refer them to Miracle Hill and particularly to Rich.
Yeah, I think so. One thing that I'd love to say and just get out there is that part of this is just a conversation, because I know for many, many people, when you hear foster parents for teens, that sounds a little bit crazy. It just sounds a little loony, like, okay, teens in themselves are challenged, and so why would I consider welcoming a teen in foster care into my home? And so I think part of it is just having this conversation. It's more than just, hey, here's the need, come apply. It's, hey, here's the need, let's talk about it. What does this look like? What does a teen in foster care typically look like? What does it look like to care for one? What do they need? And I think having those conversations will help us better understand. It'll help us better prepare, because there's a different preparation too, for sure.
Absolutely. One other opportunity we will tell you about is on August 1st, we have a mentor training for adults, so not teens, not foster children, but for adults. So if you're interested in mentoring someone who's in one of our recovery programs right now, if you're a believer and you'd like to pour into the life of an individual who may just be coming into a relationship with Christ for the first time, we'd love to entertain that idea with you. If you would, reach out to us, and we'll put some contact information in this video for you so that you'll know where to go to. Thank you very much. God bless you.